Hi, I can't believe this is the final last informal conference video. Um, I can't believe that I haven't done it yet. I'm sorry that it's late. I think I have Passel brain right now. It seems like once I got finished with that, everything else just kind of has slipped off in my mind. It was do or die getting that finished. I did get it finished though, so that's quite a blessing. No more, of course, in January whether or not I passed it, but it's quite a task, I will tell you. I do feel like the boot camp did prepare me that I went to this summer, so we will see when those results come in. Um, so for this conference, I feel like I've maybe probably have done these incorrectly. I've gone and looked at the directions for this time, and I've done this more of a reflection piece more than a practice session. So um, I guess for this one, there was one thing that I hadn't covered in all of my practical things that I turned in, and that was we're in a debate right now on whether or not we want to bring sixth grade up to our high school. So we are 1A school district. We have about 300 students district wide. Our elementary has the bulk of our school or our students. They are pre-K through sixth grade. We are at the high school 7th through 12th. We run about 120 students. Right now we're down. We've had some transfer students we've had to dismiss for various reasons, and then we've had some students that have left. But the elementary does have more students. And it's been a debate over several years whether or not we should move sixth grade up, and we haven't. But this year may be the year that we do make that transition. So I did have sort of an action plan. In fact, I did make a schedule for that. I did turn that in as one of my assignments, but I did not do an action plan. And that is coming up in January where we're going to be talking about that. And I wanted to put my word in with admin to let them know my thoughts about it. We do have room in our schedule, definitely. We've got some teachers that could use teaching time right now. We have them, like our science teachers, we have them scheduled into what we call the bird's nest, which is next to our special ed room where kids can go for help, like the 504 students or students that are RTI or just any gen ed student that needs extra support or time away. But they could definitely have another class. And then we have two more teachers that have 2-period conferences that we could fill. We've got an empty classroom, if I haven't said that already. So we do have the ability, as far as scheduling and staffing, to take on the 6th grade class as far as that goes. So I think it would be a good transition. Anyway, and I think it would help with our numbers as well. But I did come up with an action plan. So here is my whole action plan. So currently our pre-K, like I said, our elementary campus houses both pre-K through 6th grade, and our high school has 7th through 12th. So I think it would be a good idea to do a transition where we house pre-K through 5th on the elementary campus and move our 6th grade to our high school campuses. I think one of the benefits would be the advanced math that we have, because right now our 6th grade math teacher is not able to do the advanced 6th grade math. What she's doing is the last 6 weeks of the school year after STAR test, and honestly that's not really even 6 weeks, and the kids are dead brain tired, she's doing the advanced, air quote, she's doing advanced math. So those kids are really not following the 6th grade advanced math TEKS, which I believe just technically came out because those course codes just came out this year. So that's a problem. We could house that. We could break them up into small groups, whereas they cannot. They do not have the staffing or the scheduling that you do at the high school. They still have more of a self-contained type situation. So that is definitely a benefit. We would be able to split those kids and begin the advanced math process, whereas they could not. So that's one benefit there. The other one would be the push for the career pathways program of study that's going on. Right now, the suggestion is to go ahead and start at a younger age, even before 6th grade. In fact, 6th grade is where they need to have the seeds of really where they want to go as far as their career. Their ideas of where they want to go, but it's a really good foundational year. That's the year they want to do that career exploration, and then the 7th grade year dig a little bit deeper, and 8th grade year they're going to go ahead and start their career pathway. So it would be better if they were down on our campus so we could go ahead and start the career exploring, if you will, and then of course we have our career counselor down there, and the CT program, and that way those kids can actually see those programs going on rather than them being on a different campus and not having any idea of what's going on. They'll actually see it. They can be there and be a part of it, partaking in those activities, and seeing the upperclassmen and the high school kids being a part of the culinary department and seeing all the things that they do, and the horticulture, and and I don't want to call it ag because it is ag, but we do the metal, the ag mech part. That's what it is. And then of course our design, which is our yearbook, graphic design, which is our yearbook, so they can get a better idea of what those things look like. Then they can also see our kids that are doing the dual credit pathway, and what they're going through, how they're preparing for the PSAT, the ACT, SAT, all of those types of things, the TSI2, and et cetera, whichever pathway they choose. If they're going to be going the college pathway, or if they're going to be doing the career military. Any of those things. Another benefit too is our athletic program. We do have to bus the 6th grade athletes down to the high school in the morning. In fact, I believe the parents drop them off at the high school for practice, and then our coaches have to bus them down at the elementary before school starts, because their first period is their PE down there. I say first period. They don't have first period, but their first chunk of the day is their PE period. So that would eliminate that entire process of attendance and not knowing the kids that are not athletes, who's going to the actual PE kids, who's going to watch those kids, because right now it's kind of hit or miss, like who's not coaching, is the PE teacher down there, and it's just kind of a hot little mess. So it would eliminate that problem as well, which I don't think I really need to let admin know about that one. I think they're fully aware of that situation. The two main ones for me points I would like to make is the advanced math program and the career pathway. And back to the advanced math, our 8th grade math scores have been terrible the last 2 years, and I think if we started them down on our end, I think it would make a huge difference. I really do, with our scores and everything. So some of my action steps would be to, of course, hold a parent meeting, and if we're going to do that, we really need to start in February. We need to go ahead and start letting our staff be aware of that in case there's any rumors circulating, which I think there have already been some rumors circulating. I think our IT department kind of let that slip here and there, and we tried to kind of squash that the process was being thought about. Of course, the students need to have an idea of what's going on We also need to discuss the cons of that and get in front of those. Again, talk to the parents and talk about their fears, and maybe jump ahead and solve those problems before they are a problem, and let them know. Typically when we do the transition between the high school and seventh grade, when they come down, we don't have any real problems. They adapt pretty good. Of course, we would have to make sure our master schedule would work, and I don't have a doubt that it's going to work. They being the elementary, may be overstaffed by one teacher. There may be just some discussion of having to bring one down to us. I'm not sure how that would work, but I'm sure there's something we can do. Our district is very loyal when it comes to their employees, and they find a way to make things work. We actually have a lady who is a part-time reading interventionist, and she's been with the district for 49 years. So we are very, very loyal. We have at our elementary a very high ratio of employment in years. Like, we have teachers that have been there for 20 to 30 years. So, I mean, I've been there 20 years. Let's see. So an action step, of course, would be to get the community stakeholders, parents, get the students, and find out, what their big fears would be. I think the fifth graders going into sixth grade would probably be excited, maybe a little scared. Again, staffing, scheduling, I don't think would be an issue. Curriculum, we do have that TCMPC, which used to be TEACS Resources with the YAG, where we have the alignment, and I think that will be fine. No issues with that. Busing, transportation, we have 2 campuses, same bus drivers, same transportation routes, nothing along those natures, along that field. Again, I talked about athletics. The other thing that we have on our campus that we share with both campuses is our junior beta. It's 6th through 8th grade, and sometimes it's hard to communicate with the 6th graders down there. So this would be another benefit, is to go ahead and have those down on our campus. I'm not sure. I think that's all that I can think of as far as steps that we need, that I had come up with. I'm sure there's more the more and more I think about it. But I feel like what we need to do pretty quickly on is to go ahead and again, as admin, sit down, figure out a timeline. First, we need to talk to the parents, actually staff, parents, kind of get an idea, get a feel that what we want to do, and staff on both campuses, kind of see what the kids might think about, and then in the spring start moving forward and see what that looks like. And then of course always evaluating and making sure everything is going to transition smoothly. I think overall it'll be successful for these kids. I think, like I said, that it will help us with our advanced courses. I think it will help with our pathways towards the career college. I think it will help with our athletic program. I think it will help with our extracurricular activities like beta and I didn't even bring up UIL, but UIL is 6th through 8th. We just had that last week for our junior high, and we had 2 of our 6th grade teachers have to go, and then we had 4 of our high school teachers have to go. So that's 6 staff that went, when we probably only would have needed 4 from just our campus. So that would have probably saved us some time, some staffing. So there's quite a few benefits that I think would help if we moved those down there. So, I'll polish this up and make it into a presentation. So, but anyway, this has been really eye-opening this semester for me. I'm sad that it's over, and appreciate everything that I've learned, everything that you guys have done for me. And I look forward to, hopefully, I will meet with you tomorrow, and I apologize for all the confusion in that. That has been totally my fault. Thank you for everything. Appreciate it. Bye.